I made $50,000 in the stock market today.
I had twins.
I went to the poor farm.
I'm on Millionaire Acres. That's life.
The game of life. The game of life. You will learn about life when you play the game of life. First you start out with 2,000.
Modern society is a society obsessed with games. We have game shows, sing-offs and dance-offs. We have sports, basketball, soccer, football, baseball, hockey. We have tennis, golf. We have pool, we have checkers, we have chess. We have video games. Tons of video games. Think of all the old board games. Connect 4, Risk, Battleship, Sorry. And as far back as you look in civilization, you find games, a fascination. Where does this fascination come from? We are so wrapped up in these games, and these games reinforce the rituals of the society. They perpetuate the ritualistic participation and help form our reality. In order to gain understanding, we need to step back and look at the relationship between games and society. And what do these games tell us about society? And how is society reflected in these games? All games have rules, and in order to play, you have to play by the rules, and you have to have an understanding of the rules, and how to play fair and square. Where do we get these terms? Who writes these rules to the game? Well, naturally, one would think that it's the inventor of the game. But surprisingly, when you look back through the history of different games, different sports, games like checkers date back to the Egyptians. And once a game kind of gets established, the authorities come into the game that govern the rules of the game. Okay, and that's when we develop these governing bodies like a FIFA or the NFL. And all these federations establish rules. So you have governing bodies now. And you have referees. They have to ensure that people play within the rules. And the referees, for the most part, don't care who wins or loses. They're interested in whether or not people are playing by the rules. And for some of these larger events, they need teams of referees. Some sports, there's only one referee or a judge. In badminton or tennis or volleyball, you have the judge who sits over the court and makes sure people play by the rules of the court. And so when you go into court, you have the judge. Because the two teams, that's why you have a team of lawyers, those two teams are going to square off against each other. Are you beginning to see the connections here? You play racquetball on a court. You play tennis on a court. And we have the judge, the referee, the arbiter, who comes in and will preside and make sure the teams play by the rules. And he will have the final say of the match report, of the court report. So our games are structured like our society. It's the game of life. I mean, they even have a board game called Life. What is that telling you? It's defining the rules of the game. Defining the rules of life. Where do these rules come from? They come from authorities. They come from institutions. And they provide the rules of the game. And then they sit back as referees. Everything is a game to them. Take a look at the game board, the classic chess board. the black and white squares, because we play fair and square. The two teams are going to square off. Why do referees typically wear black and white or all black? Who else wears all black to officiate the rules of the game? There's a bigger, broader chessboard, and you and I are pieces on that board. And this is ritualization on a grand scale. Incredible reinforcement being given and power being given back to this system. And we immerse ourselves in nothing but a bunch of games that they provide us. Why do they provide us with these games? Well, because they reinforce the society that they've presented to us, which we accept as reality. So of course, the more we put energy into these games and obsessing with these games, the more of our power we're giving up. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be involved and have fun with games. They're fun, we all love them. But understand, so you can protect yourself and not allow the system to feed off of this energy. I mean, it's gone crazy. It's reached the point where we're not even playing in the games and we're completely emotionally invested in this tribal type behavior that we see at large sporting events. It's a very animalistic level. You know, it's reaching for that innate animal nature and soliciting a response. It's not bad to like and participate in games, but understand how games are used. How is society reflected in the games we play? Thanks for listening, everybody, and thanks for watching. This is Jcrash.
Hey, I'll get revenge.
You'll get revenge.
I got revenge.
Got revenge. Milton Bradley makes the best games in the world.